Morning. It's about 7:30 here. I've been out here for about half an hour or so. And yeah, why mulch and how do you apply mulch to your garden? We've got a lot of it from a neighbour who cut down a couple of trees a few weeks back, and so we've got a big pile of mulch in front of our house. In fact, it's reduced considerably to what it was, and so I'm now distributing it around the garden. It was from a pine tree and a chestnut tree. I've got a feeling pine isn't the best wood maybe, but I'm going to use it anyway because it's what I've got, and I like to use the things that we have here that are available to us. So I'm using some of it to make little paths, and I'm putting some on the garden here, which is going to grow some vegetables. I'll probably put some potatoes into it. I'm a bit late with potatoes, but they will grow. And last year I grew potatoes in straw, so this year I'm going to stick some in the mulch and try that. And the benefits of mulch are it's great stuff, I think. It saves you from weeding, so you don't have to weed as much. If the weeds grow in it, you can usually pick them out really easily. The roots are just within the mulch, not within the soil. You've got to put it deep enough. And it keeps the moisture in the soil as well, so you don't have to water as much. We've got hot summers here. Sometimes the best part of 3 months we don't get much rain. And so by mulching, I'm keeping the moisture within the soil. It's also breaking down over time, so over time it becomes soil itself, which is why you need to keep, each year you'll have to add more mulch. But yeah, it's fine. I mean, once you've added it, there's a work of, like now I'm a bit tired, I've just been backwards and forwards a few times with the wheelbarrow. But once it's on, that's it. I'm not going to be messing around with weeding and things like that. I'm just going to leave it be, and it's actually making soil for me as well, so I think that's a really good thing. And I quite like the look of it. I think a lot of people like the look of it, so there's that as well, which is always a good added benefit. It's quite simple, and you can use other things for mulch, of course. I mean, I just happen to have this. Sometimes I use grass cuttings. If I've cut the grass or something, I just put it, especially around the fruit trees. And last year we got a lot of straw, so I used hay. The year before we had straw. We had a bale of hay that someone gave us, so we used that, and it worked really well. People say, oh, hay, it's got lots of seeds in, but actually it was great. And we've got the hens sort of turned it over as well. I think maybe that helped. And yes, I put hay in the bit that we call our forest garden, around all the little trees and shrubs in there. And I had nothing else to do with that. Things just grew, and I wasn't always having to weed it and stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of benefits of it. It's very simple to use. If you've got it, use it. Okay, this is some more mulch here. A big hay bale that we've been given by a neighbour, and we're just going to push it down the hill a bit to get it nearer to the forest garden, because I want to spread it at the top of the forest garden where we've got quite a lot of weeds coming through. So yeah, we're going to do that now. So Tom's going to help me out. Just deal with whatever happens. It's easier than the other one to push, isn't it? Again? Hey! Oh yeah, quite nice. Quite nice. Oh yeah. Perfect. Just completely as planned. The bale's at the bottom of the hill. Tom suggested using the bread knife. Now we've just got to cut the wrapper off it, and then it can be distributed. So, a pair of scissors and a bread knife. Yeah. This stuff is horrible. It's plastic webbing that bales are wrapped in, and really the only thing you can do with it is take it to the déchetterie. I don't know if they can recycle this. I don't think it recycles, but we'll see. We'll try. I've not found another use for it yet, so if anyone has another use for it, let us know. So I reckon that's, I've just spent 2 hours distributing probably half that bale of hay, and I've put it all around the forest garden, around the fruit trees, round other things that are growing like comfrey and little shrubs, the fruit bushes as well. So that's probably taken me a couple of hours to do that, but then I won't have to bother with this bit again, and it's quite a big area. I would keep grass cuttings and things. Don't put them in the council bin and send them off. Just keep them. Keep all the goodness you can in your garden, because it'll all do something. And experiment as well. It's like, yeah, it might be wrong. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing now with this pine stuff. People say different things. Some say, oh, don't use pine on your garden. Others say it's only good for paths. Some say it's no good for paths because it turns into soil. But you know what? I'm going to try both. I'm going to experiment. I'm going to experiment putting my potatoes in there as well, and just see what happens. It doesn't matter. It's not. We've got to experiment and try things for ourselves. And sometimes you find something new or something that just works for you. So yeah, good luck with the mulch.